In this video, we would like to work on the quiz question in the realize it, and which is specific on the class generics. So I'm going to here. And in let's take a look at questions. The first question, given the following definition of the info class, create an info class object of type string called my class with parameters so that class 1 holds a string that says what's up, and class 2 holds a string that says let's go. So this is a class declaration, and T is the data type parameter, and they include two data member, class 1 and class 2. And the constructor will assign the given input C1 to the class 1 data member, C2 to class member. And then so they ask you to create a specific my class, right? So this is they ask you to make it as the, let's see. Okay, so let's tap. So they this is the info class. So we have to specify the argument, data type argument. Since this is a string, we type a string. And the new class here, we also need to give the string, right? And then we want to initialize. The first one we want to initialize is what's up. We have to make sure what we wrote exact as what they expected, and let's go. And then after that, it is let's submit. That's good. Go to the next question. The array list class, like many other data structures, use generics to allow it to store various data types. Which of the following statements are true regarding class level generics? Select all that apply. First one, a class cannot have methods that both take in the generic type as a parameter and return a generic type, but they can have methods that do not do one or the other. It's wrong. A class can have pairs of the generic types used. That is good. A class can have multiple type variables, which can be either bounded or unbounded. Good. A class can have reference or primitive data types in its generics, unlike methods, which can only use reference. It's wrong, right? Okay, next question. Which the following examples use class generics correctly? Assume stockpilot is a thoroughly compelling class that also uses class generics. This is a single answer, single correct option question. So take a look at the first one. Public class term, class T, and this is the specify the data type parameter. And then is a stockpile load T first, stockpile load T last, and T is a central value. So it seems this is the okay, right? So in that case, we click yes. And then take a look at another one. Employee class with T as data type parameter, and this parentheses, this is wrong. Oh, and so hold on, sorry. Right, so I wanted to tell this is wrong, right? This is wrong, right? And no, then we'll take a look next one, and this is employee class T as the data type parameter, and this is employee class, and so this is wrong, right? When you create a new instance, and you need, if that is the T, also it is the argument for this implementation, for this invocation. In that case, you also use the curly bracket. I'm going to scrolling up and also clean the drawer. The last one. So this is a class T, and this is a declare variable, and which has the data type stock pair load T. And in this one, this is a constructor. In the constructor, we say once you declare that this is T, in this case, we do not need to have this generic methods in the constructor. We'll directly use it. So this is the wrong. Okay, so now let's move to the next one. The next one, for a generic class with type of parameters defined as public class, course, that's class name, and with the T as the data type of parameter, which would be appropriate instantiation of that class of an integer. So in that case, this is good. And new course, this is good, right? This is good. And for this one also is good, because once you declare the data type here, if you do not specify here, it's just by default, yes it is. So this is okay, this is good. So now I'm going to the next one. Next one, given the following class head, public class isolate, and the following instantiation of the class. Isolate Rolado is assigned to be new isolate. What is wrong with the following method if it is inside the isolate class? And this is add calories, T calories, right? And now take a look, what is wrong with the following methods? So in this one, isolate is the class name and T is data type parameter. So you have isolate Rolado, and Rolado is assigned to be new isolate. So in this one, this statement is okay. And then after that, you want to use this function add calories. So Rolado, it is the Rolado, which is the, let me write it down here. Rolado is the data type argument, right? So this, no. Yeah. This is Rolado here. This one already tell Rolado is the data type argument. This data type argument used to replace this type, right? Argument is used to replace what you have, that is T here, right? So this T here. So in that case, when you declare add calories, you really want to use this data type of parameter. So this should be T and this. You cannot exactly to cast this one to be Rolado. And then one of the reason it is, this may mistake, right? So because the user, when the user use add calories or the user use isolate, they can give any argument. So this is wrong. Even if you want to use that, you have to check the class name exactly same as Rolado or not. If it's not the same, then in that case, you cannot use this static cast. So this is the wrong. Okay, so no, let me clean that. In this one, this is good. So no, this is wrong, right? You need to cost, but this is not generic methods because it's specific only for Rolado. So the next question. It is possible to declare a multiple bounded type parameters. We say that is true, right? So let's go check the next one. Okay, good. Okay. Which of the following symbols do we use to specify parameter types in generic class? So we see we use the curly brackets. Then we go to the next one. This is the last question. What is the correct syntax to create a class that uses a type-bound generic that must be comparable? And in this case, we declare public class, the class name, define data type, no. Implements, no. In the data type parameter, we declare data type parameter. Even this is interface, we still use extends. This is just to tell what is constraint for this data type parameter. So the last one,